Howdy, Facebook! We're back for another Daily Dish, another live stream edition. Oh man, okay, so this morning, I feel like I have passed into that zone beyond tiredness where you have this sort of transcendent consciousness where you're almost one with the universe. You know, like Doctor Strange's astral self, like I've projected myself outside my body, and now I can see everything going on, like the inner workings of the cosmos. Not a second wind, because that's just where you're like, oh, you have more energy. But now I feel like I'm connected to every facet of life, like I'm unplugged from the Matrix, or maybe plugged in, super plugged in to the Matrix, because I've been getting very little sleep, and it's starting to come around full circle, so I can't wait to crash. Anyway, I got some instant coffee last night, which is not big news in the slightest, although I feel like maybe it kind of sort of is. Because most people don't drink instant coffee, and there are some people who don't even know that instant coffee exists. But more on this after we get to the actual important stuff with the Daily Dish. Take a big old spoonful out of Billy's bowl. I want to call it Billy's bowl, like Daily Dish, but I don't think that would resonate that well, by and large.
It's the Daily Dish on
Chris Pratt and Anna Farris announced their split last week after 8 years of marriage, effectively causing the world to wonder if true love really exists. If any couple in Hollywood should have gone the distance, seemed like it would have been them. Their joint statement was released through Chris's Facebook page, but Anna recently discussed their separation on a podcast and shed a little more light on things. She said, quote, "Life is too short to be in relationships where you feel this isn't fully right, or somebody doesn't have your back, or somebody doesn't fully value you. Don't be afraid to feel your independence if things aren't right. If that would be the final piece of advice I could give you, that would be know your worth, know your independence." So it sounds like she felt underappreciated by Chris Pratt. Either that or she just wasn't feeling it anymore and wants to spin it so she doesn't look bad, but I don't know why she would do that. He's always seemed like a swell guy who owns up to his mistakes, so I'd like to hear what he has to say personally about the whole thing. Maybe more tea will spill in the coming weeks. American Idol can't quite seem to get their act together. They still only have one judge, Katy Perry, and they're just 6 weeks away from the start of filming. According to TMZ, it seems like the show is in crisis mode because they can't land any judges for the wages they're willing to dole out. Their top prospects, Lionel Richie, Charlie Puth, and Luke Bryan, reportedly are not close to signing on. Now, they signed Katy Perry for $25 million. So now Lionel Richie is asking for $10 million, which is less than half of what Katy is making, but double what they want to pay him. That's what happens when you blow most of your budget on one big name. It's not like no one saw this coming. Speaking of potential disasters, the Atlanta Falcons have announced that their new home, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is one of the most specific names I've ever heard for a stadium, for the record, will feature a Chick-fil-A restaurant. Great. So a football team hundreds of miles away is adding a fast food joint. Why is this news? Well, aside from the fact that Chick-fil-A is a delicious commodity I can only dream of having up here, they don't do business on Sundays. All Chick-fil-A locations nationwide are closed on Sunday for religious reasons, which is a policy that's been in place for 50 years, and it's not changing now. And of course, Sunday is when most of the Falcons games will be played, because it's the NFL. 7 of their 8 home games are on Sundays, so hopefully they do big business during that one Thursday game. In all seriousness, though, the kiosk will be open for all other events they have there, including Saturday college football games, although that won't stop another chicken place in the stadium from throwing some shade by selling a chicken sandwich called Closed on Sundays. And that's the Daily Dish. Literally. Because it's food. On Jams 96.3.
Or of Billy the Kid in the morning.
All right. Yeah. Back to instant coffee, because I know that was riveting and compelling content that you truly cared about. What was I going to say about it? I don't even remember. I used to drink instant coffee back when I first started in radio, and I was like, you know what? This thing is less than $3 for this jar that supposedly makes like 120 6-ounce cups of coffee, which is way cheaper than K-Cups, or definitely cheaper than going to the store, like going to McDonald's or Dunkin' or Starbucks, you know, every day and getting a cup of coffee. Not that I don't enjoy doing that. I do, because they make it for you, and I'm lazy. But, yeah, it's cheap. And so I made it, and then Jake came over and was like, smells like dog food. And I took a smell, and I was like, yeah, it does kind of, if you're sniffing it straight out the jar, it does smell like dog food. But, you know, it takes a little bit of wrangling, and it's good. So I have that kind of as in case of emergencies. So, you know, if you run out of coffee, just stop by the station, and I'll give you a scoop of my instant coffee. other than that, that's pretty much all I got. We got the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. I feel like we're running late today. It's already 7:40. So the Cubicle Show is less than 3 hours away. We got future tickets coming up here in exactly 7 minutes. 7 minutes and 23 seconds. Well, I guess a little bit less than that. But future tickets every hour, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. today. Tomorrow, future ticket blowout week. So your next chance to win is coming up in a few minutes. If you're watching this live video later and it's not live, then don't take that math into account because it will be incorrect. There will be future tickets between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. So as long as it's before 7 p.m., there will be another shot at tickets coming up, but I can't tell you exactly when, because at this point, this will be a recorded video, and the point will be moot. So, thanks for stopping by. Bonk. Okay, no, it's not. Oh, okay, I don't want to push any buttons here that will cause bad things to happen. But we'll see it for the Cubicle Show at 10:30. Thanks, bye!